What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another exciting personal finance video where I'm talking gold and silver, the stock market, investing, and everything in between. If you haven't done so already, guys, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my website, My Road to Wealth and Freedom. I just published my net worth for November 1st, I guess. Basically, the stuff that happened last month. And from October 1st to November 1st, the net worth is essentially flat. Every month, I calculate all my assets, all my liabilities, and kind of just sort of see where I stand. It was no big surprise. Basically, it's a wash. But I feel pretty good about it because I've been investing heavily into the oil and gas sector, and I've been taking it on the chin. Um, a few of the companies that I own, they reported. One of them was Suncor Energy, and that stock just tanked. It's just everything's horrible. Exxon's laying people off, um, but this is what the bottom feels like. I feel like on the cusp of all this bad news and the end of the world for oil and gas, and of course we got this resurgence of lockdowns and all things like that, uncertainty with the U.S. election. It's all impacting it. But man, I think 2021, we're going to see a huge turnaround in the oil and gas sector. And these shares that I'm buying, continuing to buy, continuing to suffer with paper losses, they're going to turn around and just roar ahead, come roaring back. Wait and see. We get a few more years of oil left. Besides that, of course, the other big news is all the uncertainty surrounding the U.S. Election. Who's going to win? Is it a Trump victory? Biden? What if Trump won't leave? Like all this stuff. It's just ridiculous. I feel like a year from now, we're going to look back at all this stuff. It's just like the day to day play by play. Um, no wonder people are freaking out. Investors are selling. It was a horrible month. Again, we're back to a lot of bad news. The September correction kind of abated a little bit. The market started to gain some steam in October. Then all of a sudden, like the last week, it's just like the bottom fell out. It's like the end of the world all over again. We're not getting stimulus anytime soon. The Fed's out of ammunition. We got lockdowns in Europe, probably other places too. It's coming. It's just like you couldn't think up a more perfect storm to derail um, the stock market. Now that's just the stock market. Precious metals, as I'm sure many of you guys following this channel are familiar with, they have not been doing well either. They're going down like crazy too. Why? They need stimulus money to keep going. Um, Gold, I forget the last, I think it's at 1880, 1870. It was down to 1865, testing that level again earlier this week. Silver, again, I think it's like 23 bucks. It was 24.50, down like just kind of in a sideways trading pattern. Um, Not really sure where any of this is going to go. I feel like if we get some more uncertainty, it's going down. That's I know a lot of people probably don't want to hear me say that, but I do think that gold could go back down to 1,500 bucks. Silver could go back down to 15. It's just these metals trade really wildly. Um, I'm still hanging on. If they do go down, I will be buying a little bit more. I also saw a news report that some central banks had been selling some of their gold reserves. Turkey, Russia. I think those were the two main players. So obviously, it's what that's what's gold. That's what gold is for. If you need money, if it's a bad time or whatever, and you see the price of gold's trading up, you can sell a little bit, right? If you're in that position where you need some money. Um, some economic news came out this week. Not good. Not good at all. Um, I guess the unemployment numbers were slightly better. They kind of beat analyst expectations. But, I think it's like 730,000 filed for unemployment in the US last week, or that was the number. The week before, it's trending down. But I mean, don't kid yourselves. Like everything is closing down again. Everything is shutting down. Um, we're on the vaccine front. There's no good news. Um, on the drug therapy, that type of news. There's no good news. And we're heading into winter against a horrible economy, contested election, uncertainty around that election, a lack of stimulus, the Fed's out of ammo. There's just no kind of engine of global growth. Um, I don't know. Like maybe this is the bottom. I mean, what's the alternative? We circle the drain and go down, or is it going to be a depression? I'm not sure. Um, but right now, things just couldn't be lining up any more worse than they are right now. This is like just horrible. Everything. But I'm trying to keep a sane, positive view. It is hard. Um, this past week I got some news. A friend's significant other lost their job. We were playing at the park the other day with the kids, and I'm hearing more people losing their jobs, getting laid off. Um, so the longer this goes on, the more these stories are going to keep, circulating, right? Um, and these are good jobs. These are good paying jobs. It's unclear if they're going to come back. I mean, a lot of things are really uncertain right now, and that's why it's always important to have some cash on the side. I know, my precious metal subscribers now they, they hate fiat, but the reality of it is that everybody needs to have a little bit of cash to get through our day-to-day expenses, especially in times like these, especially when things are so uncertain. Maybe you might not have a job. Maybe who knows what will happen. Um, but once you have a little bit of a cash cushion, it's nice to have some of this and some of these things to kind of back you up. Pick up one of these things. This stuff is real. It's tangible. I got my little quarter ounce maple there. So that's what I'm basically doing. This week I was actually gonna buy some more gold. Um, if I buy anything else, I know I keep saying this, and then I end up picking up silver bars and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm probably gonna be buying more gold than silver for sure. I'm looking to buy gold. I want gold, and if it drops some more, I was thinking about buying some this past week. Um, but then gold rose a little bit on Friday. So I decided to hold off and wait and just take the wait and see approach. I mean, it's unclear where stimulus is coming from. I guess if Trump wins, we'll probably get stimulus sooner. If Biden wins, it might not be till the end of January, right? 2021. So I don't know. And nobody really does. I mean, they got all these talking heads on financial media. They're always the same people. They tell you to sell at the bottom and buy at the top, right? And everything represents a new trend and whatever. I don't buy that. I try to keep my head on straight, balance, diversification, own gold, own silver, own stocks. I actually don't own bonds. I own cash, real estate. You always want to mix, right? I knew people, they had all their money in real estate, and now look at the mess you're in. The bank's looking for its payment. You got tenants who don't want to pay because they don't have to, because they got that grace period or whatever it is. Or tenants who can't pay because they lost their job. They don't have any money. Like, they're going to be thrown out on the street. This is just not a good situation, and I don't know how housing has held up this long. I own rental properties in the past. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on this or not, but on my website I used to talk about it quite a bit. And I got out in 2017, and I'm quite happy I did. I don't need that headache. I had a nice little capital gain, and now I'm just waiting. I'm looking at these inner city condos. places like New York and Toronto and probably Chicago and wherever, these big city condos are gonna take it on the chin as people leave the city for the suburbs. One day, all of this, this health emergency is gonna end. People are gonna have to go back to the office. People are gonna have to show up to work again, and good luck. I think at that time you'll see a decline in residential real estate and an increase in things like inner city condos and that type of thing, townhomes, because no one's going to want to do those commutes on jam-packed highways. Um, so that's just my thought. It's kind of like the world turned upside down, right? Um, you always want to invest kind of against the herd, be contrarian. And I mean, that's what I've tried to do. I mean, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. Evidently, my oil purchases have been mistakes, quote unquote mistakes. But I do think I'm getting incredible value. It's going to bounce back. The world runs on this stuff. So, um, yeah, I mean, that's all you can do, right? Try to, think about what's going to happen. Of course, like, I feel like for whatever reason, we have this feeling. It's maybe it's like human nature or something. We always feel it's just this kind of like recency bias where it's like, oh my god, the world has changed. It's never gonna go back to the way it was. Everything from this point forward changes. And it's just, I feel like that's just the kind of panic. You can't trust those initial thoughts and instincts because, the world really hasn't changed all that much. Yeah, we had a pandemic. It was 100 years coming. Wasn't near as bad as it could have been. Um, Yet we managed to screw up the global economy big time. This is a huge opportunity. And if you can make it through these next, 6 months, we get a little bit more clarity on things. I think people investing in these unloved, hated areas, like maybe even financials. I'm not saying to go buy that stuff right now. It's really risky. We don't know if we're going to get a global currency reset, the great financial reset of 2021. No one really knows this, and you can bet that the elites are not going to telegraph what's going to happen. It's going to be one of those things. We wake up one day and there's a totally new global financial system, and the middle class will have to adjust. We'll probably end up taking some losses on our real estate, on our investments, things like that. It's just kind of the way it is. It's always been that way. The best you can hope for is just to kind of keep your head on straight, balance, diversification, keep your emotions in check. Um, that's kind of what I've been trying to do. I just want to throw out here to all you guys, I am not a financial advisor. So whatever I say, just take it with a grain of salt. Before making any financial decisions, consult your own financial expert before you buy things like gold and silver, stocks, or real estate, anything like that. I'm just talking to you about my experience and things I've done. I've made mistakes. I've done things right. It is what it is. There's no, if you're an investor and if you have any level of proper diversification, then you're never going to be up on everything. Very rarely. Um, but yeah, anyway, I'm seeing things like gold and silver going down when the stock market goes down. I'm not really sure it didn't, this past week, it didn't feel like panic selling, margin calls. We certainly didn't hit any breakers on the exchange on the way down like we did back in March. So, gold and silver were going down. Why? Is it the stimulus? Is it the market? Is it people getting out, or what's the deal? I'm not sure, but I'm holding on this stuff here, the physical. I like buying physical. One of the reasons I like buying physical, because it basically forces you to save physical. You can't sell it. I mean, you can. You could probably take it to a bank or a currency exchange or coin dealer or whatever, bullion dealer. Um, but it's a hassle to do that, and it takes time. And that's the thing. Nowadays, all these little Robinhood traders, they're so quick to buy and sell a stock. They're in and out of positions like crazy. When you own stuff like this is like long term type investing. Um, you get your premiums for owning physical, and it's, I guess, I don't know, it's just something real, something. It's not as easily liquidated. I look at it, I guess, kind of like real estate. I guess it's a lot harder to liquidate real estate. Obviously, you got to pay a realtor and all sorts of transaction fees. Gold and silver, you really don't have that. But I kind of look at it as like not as easily sold as financial assets, digital money on a computer screen, right? So anyway, I'm gonna wrap up the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed this kind of, my thoughts. I'm probably not gonna get another video out before the election on Tuesday. At this point, I see Biden has a 10-point lead, but we know we can't really trust polls. It's looking like a really close election in some key battleground states. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you think's going to win? Will that person be good or bad for all of our investments? Interested to hear what you guys think. Thanks so much. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. Check out my Road to Wealth and Freedom. I just published my net worth numbers there. You can go check it out. Maybe that's an exercise you'd like to run on your own finances. Be my guest. Use it as a template or whatever. I just like to track sort of, my progress, I guess. And I'll be publishing in another few days. My passive income. Man, I had a great month for passive income. It was, I think, an all-time record. So anyways, be sure to check that out. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great weekend.